Scott Edgar with Eastern Oklahoma and Steve Green with South Plains. And guys, here we are, the Final Four for the NJCAA. Kind of exciting times for both of you guys. And March is a fun time of the year, no doubt about it. Steve, coming up from Texas, of course, you're Miami, Oklahoma originally. And, of course, we got the Pennsylvania guy here with Scott Edgar. So you guys got a good matchup. You're the early game tonight. So, Steve, you had a nice win the other night, and you've had a day to think about it. And so here we are as we go into the Final Four tonight.
Yeah, we're looking forward to playing the game tonight. I was sitting there watching Scott's team play the night before, and I think the first thing he said when he came, I congratulate him for winning. First thing he said, yeah, lucky us, we get to play you. Well, trust me, we felt the same way. I was watching his game, and I was hoping, gosh, I sure hope they lose. No, I hope that other team loses. No, I hope they lose. No, I hope they lose. So we could just kind of maybe advance on, but what have you. It's been a good tournament. There was, 2 good games last night as well. So I think it'd be worth coming to see.
With a lot of experience, and I look at your team and I look at your record and what you came into. Owen was it 0-27 2 years ago?
It was Owen a lot.
Yeah, Owen a lot. And then you go and turn it to 19-11, and then you get here this year. So that is a great undertaking in community college basketball. There's no doubt about it. But I have been to Levelland, Texas before. Coach.
Really?
So yeah, I've been there quite some time ago. And I actually went down with Steve Ford's team years and years ago when we played the Thanksgiving tournament down there. So anyway, you guys undefeated, number 1 in the nation for most of the season in the polls. And again, you come in and you get a nice win last night night before over a very talented Monroe team.
Yeah, I thought they were really, really tough. There's a lot of coaches that are here, and it seems to me like they're all here to see, the players that they have. I guess they have a lot of graduating sophomores that have an opportunity to go on and play major college basketball. And they did an outstanding job against us. They, I think I told somebody afterwards, they really kept us just all screwed up in the head. I mean, one time it was this defense, the next time it was this defense, and all these gimmicks and things like that. Now, we've seen quite a bit because of, the type of personal, the shooters that we have this season. But we had not seen a combination of junk defenses like we did that particular evening. So it was a hard fought win for us, and it was one of those. And I kind of was sitting here thinking about what Scott said, and you didn't really feel too good after the game. I didn't feel like we played very well and whatever. So I was pretty dissatisfied with everything that happened, other than the fact that we were still moving on. And it is kind of a strange feeling. Because after the game, a lot of times you do want to address some things that have happened in the game, but you don't really have time to get down and then turn right around and try to play good the next night.
Well, and also, guys, it's a long road to get here. And Steve, you might talk about this. Of course, a few years ago, a national championship here. It is hard to get to Hutchinson, isn't it?
Well, you sure can't win it if you're not here. And that was that year that we. We're fortunate enough to do it. We had to go through, I think Midland had been maybe the defending champion, or they had been the year before, and Howard was awful good. And our league, our region, I think prepares us for what this is. I wish maybe sometimes that they prepare us around Christmas time instead of around the early part of February to get here. But it's a very difficult road to get up here.
Is that a situation where do you start your league a little earlier down there before the Christmas break?
We've gone back and forth on the number of teams in our league, and we're going back to 9 next year, so we're having to start like a week early and include some Saturday games. But we usually start about the second week of January and knock it out in. I guess it's 8 straight weeks.
About like everybody else does.
Now, what has happened is, we have 2 conferences that merge for this region playoff, and every 2 years it's supposed to move to the other side. And in the last 3 or 4 years, though, the North has been unable to come up with the facility and the guarantee and basically sponsorship and what have you, so they've kind of forfeited back to Lubbock. The Lubbock Sports Authority there in town is a really active group. It's very similar to what goes on up here. They get a lot of people that are involved in it. I guess the hotels and restaurants and what have you kind of put up some money and they get the tournament there. So we've played in Lubbock, I guess, the last, I think maybe 4 years. And I believe it's going to be there again next year.